Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Valente Chrissy, and if you're new on this channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I highly appreciate you. I create content in personal improvement, motherhood, and a bit of vlogs. If there is your kind of content, please do consider subscribing on my channel. On this video, I'll be talking about things that I am practicing and doing to ensure that I am creating financial stability in my late 20s. If you don't know, I am 29 years old and I will be turning 30 this year. So I have thought about it. Imagine getting into 30 and you are broke and you don't know where you stand with your finances. That is what I am breaking this year. I'll be sharing things that I do to make sure that I'm building my financial stability before I turn 30. The first thing that I am doing to make sure that I'm building my financial stability is I create a realistic budget for myself. I am a 9 to 5 girly. I work in a financial service company as a senior admin associate. I'm in the mid to senior level, so I am still building my career. I do a simple method. I know some people they do the spreadsheets, some they use apps. You know what I use? I use my phone. Why am I using my phone? It's because it's something that I'm always using. So it's easy for me to keep track of my budget on my phone. I'm using an Apple phone, so I use the notes to create my monthly budget. What has been working for me and what I do is on the day I'm getting paid, okay, I've already created a budget for that month and I'll start creating the budget for the next month. Me doing that, I'm actually just putting it out there on what I will expect to do next month. Such things as if I know that I'm going to be going out with my friend this month, I can put dates this month because it's still early. And then if something comes up on the 15th or 5 days prior or 3 days prior or 1 day prior my payday, I will put it on the following month. That is what is helping me with the budget, and I do set a very realistic budget for myself because I know how much I am earning. Number two is I track my spendings. Now I am very disciplined with how I spend my money. I feel like I'm not where I want to be, but I am way better. I'm doing way better than what I used to do. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been that person who likes shopping so much. Even now, I do like shopping, but now if I'm on that app, Shein app, or if I'm on that Legit app, those are the two apps that I really like. I have to think twice before I click the checkout button. If I see that, okay, I'm gonna be stressed, I don't even go to the apps because I'll see something that I like and the next thing I want to purchase it. And you find that it was not in my budget and it was not in my plan. So I really track my spendings, and that is very important. And I do feel like I'm really doing much better than how I used to do it before. Here are the simple ways I am tracking my spendings. When I get paid, I pay everything on the same day. Everything. Help me to know how much I'm left. I know there are people who are more disciplined to stay 5 days. I know one of my ex-colleagues, she used to have her debit orders on the 1st and we were getting paid on the 25th. She wouldn't do anything in that 5 day period. I personally know that I'm not able to do that. For me, the best way to track my spendings is to make sure that everything goes off, all my savings, all my debit orders, and everything that I need to pay for manually, everything that I need to buy, or everything that I contribute in the house. If I get paid between Monday and Wednesday, we are going shopping after work on those days. But if I'm getting paid on this day and Friday or Saturday, I know that okay, I can plan for the weekend. That is how I check my spendings. The second thing is Once I've done that, now I know how much is left on my account. All that money that is left, okay, now okay, I can decide to do whatever. If I want to top up on my savings, I can do that. If I want to buy myself something nice, or if I want to buy my child something nice, or something in the house, I can do it. If I feel like, okay, I do have some money for us to go out, or if I do have some money for us to go and get some food or anything, then I do that. That is how I track my spendings, and it has been working for me. Number three is to prioritize savings. This is very important. Especially us as Black people, we think if you have to save like 1,000 rand and above, or 1.5 and above. One thing that I got to learn in my 20s is, even if you're saving 100 rand per month, there is something that equal to something at the end of the year. Imagine if you're saving 100 rand. In 6 months, you're going to have 600 rand. It's better than nothing. I know that we have this mindset of, in order for me to feel like I've saved, I need to have more money on my bank. That is incorrect. And I got to learn this. Something very, very bad happened to me in 2022, and I'll never ever forget it. So in 2022, I was working in the previous company I worked for, and it happened that my granny passed. When my granny passed, I was in a space of my life where I was living from hand to mouth. I didn't have any savings, I didn't have any backup plan, I didn't have any funeral cover for her, and it was just hectic. It was so bad. And let me tell you, I had to borrow money to go to KZN. And it really broke me. It really broke me. And from then, I really understood the importance of saving. Even if it's the small amount of money, it is very important, because you don't know when there's gonna be an emergency. There are unforeseen things that happen in our lives and they require money. Imagine if you don't have money and you don't even have a backup, and you can't even go and maybe withdraw on your investments, or just withdraw on your emergency savings. So from there, I learned, and I try by all means to make sure that I have money. If I feel like I'm stranded, I can always go to my savings. Even if I plan to save for something, it's better than going and borrowing. Prioritizing savings is very important, and I have learned that if you can't invest, you can just do your normal savings in your 7-day notice, in your 24-hour notice, or in your 32-day notice. And it's very important. And the best thing for me that I've seen that it's easy for me to save is, one, to set a debit order. Luckily, I'm working for an investment company, so I know the better options of saving money or investing money, in matter of just saving it, or if you just want to withdraw your money anytime. So I know, and I got to understand the importance of saving as I am working in an investment company. Number four is managing debt. Guys, this is a pandemic, especially to the middle class. Debts are the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie. And it's so crazy that I've also fallen into this trap before, and I was able to take myself out. I'm not gonna lie, there is nothing as bad as debt. Of course, there is a good debt and there is bad debt. Even if you're able to service your debt, which is better, but I feel like there's absolutely no reason and no need to have unnecessary debt. What do I mean with unnecessary debt? Such as a credit card, such as loan, such as store accounts. You know why? Because most people end up living on this debt. Now you end up feeling like you can afford something because you're taking it in debt. It's crazy on how the system is built, especially for the middle class and the lower class, that we should just like rely on that. I've seen how rich people use that, and they use that to benefit. But as middle class and lower class, you just use debt to put yourself into more debt. So, what I've learned is to manage that. Now, I don't have a loan, I don't have a credit card, I don't have a store account, and the only debt that I have is from school, of which I am paying, as well as I have a contract for my mom because she used to complain a lot about data. So I was like, girl, I'm gonna get you the data plan with Vodacom, of which I'm paying like 110 rand, and it's really not that bad. I have fallen into that pandemic as well, of depending on a credit card, access facility, of having store accounts, until I realized that this thing doesn't really help me. Instead, it's taking away from me and it's taking a lot from me. So in my late 20s, I do not want any debt. If I can have debt, it's either it will be a car or it will be a house. Those are the serious debts that I am willing to get myself into. But other than that, what I do and what you do in the house is we do lay by and we buy cash. If you can't afford that, then it can wait. And this really helps with discipline. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really want to buy stuff for my house, but I'm like, if it has to take me 1 year to buy whatever that I want to buy, it's fine. If I have to take 6 months or 3 months at game, like buying the fridge that I want, that is fine. As long as I'm not getting myself into debt, because I know how that feels to be servicing debt. Guys, it's not nice. If you're not earning a lot of money, why are you having debt? For me, it doesn't make sense, and it's something that I am changing, that I have changed, and I'm glad that I am at this point of my life where debt is just the last option for me. I do not want debt at all. It has to make sense. If I take a debt, it has to make sense, and it has to be something that is going to help me in the long run. Number five is living within my means and learning to live below my means. Guys, I am learning this. It's a struggle, and it's something that I haven't gotten to nail it each and every month. I'm not gonna lie, but I am trying my level best to live below my means. And this take me to the previous point. If I can't afford something, it can wait. If I can't do something, it can wait. If it's not in my budget, it's gonna be on my next month budget. If it can't be on the next month budget, then it can wait. Such as me going out with friends. Luckily, we are not people who like to invite people in our house. And if we see that, okay, budget is not budgeting, and we have events coming up, such as birthdays, such as things like that, we are like, okay, what can we afford? As much as you want to do this big thing, but what can you afford? And we stick into that. I think that is very important, and that has been really working for us to be in our reality and to live in our reality. And also to say that, okay, does this make a financial sense? That is what I always ask my partner, and he will ask me as well if we are thinking about something, on doing something. I'm like, does that make financial sense? And think beyond what, let's say, you qualify for. For example, think beyond that. Think beyond what the bank says. Think beyond what that service provider says, and just be on your realistic and say, okay, Bali, yes, you qualify for that, but not now. You qualify for that, but okay, what are you gonna do to service that thing? Because this another thing is, especially us as professionals, is qualifying and affording is completely different, and it's something that you really need to understand and be realistic with yourself to say that, look, this is what I can qualify for, this is what I can afford. So living below your means is very, very important. Another thing is to invest in yourself and try and find new ways to generate income. I know as professionals, sometimes we get lazy and we get comfortable with just the salary that you get each and every month. And sometimes it's not enough. And to be honest, in South Africa, living on just one income is really not reliable. And it's better, this is what social media is always advising or preaching, that just find a way to make extra income. That is what I am trying to build, especially with my social media. I have been lucky to work with brands as a nano influencer, but it has not paid me a lot of money, the money that I want. But it's better than something. That small amount that comes randomly in a month, it's better than nothing. So that is what I'm learning. As I'm creating this YouTube video, I am hoping that one day my channel is going to be monetized and I'm going to be able to make money out of it. I think that is very, very important. And also doing things like investing in certain skills. If you know that, okay, you know how to do nails, you know how to do hair, that is very important. Outside of your salary, you know that, okay, I can sell 1, 2, 3, and 4 and make extra income. And as a professional, to build your career, such as studying further, there is always a room for growth. Also applying for new positions, trying to get promotions at work, that really does help into building your finances, because if you get a promotion, of course you get an increase. That is what I'm trying to do as well, to be like, Bali, there's absolutely no way that you're going to depend on one income. What if you lose your job? What if something happens to your job? And what are you going to do? Yes, things like that. So those are the things that I really get to question myself and be like, okay, there is something that you can actually do to generate extra income. The last one is to say no. Say no to people and not be an emergency fund. You are not an emergency fund. I feel like I used to be like this, where I was so open, and I don't know whether it's what I used to give, let's say to the people that I know or my friends, that I can be a savior in my family, of course. That I can be a savior. A person can randomly call me and say, oh, we want this money, I'm short to this. That is fine. I'm not saying people shouldn't call to ask for certain things, but me trying to build my financial stability, I've learned to say no more often and to just say that I don't have. If I am willing to give money, it should be money that I'm willing to lose as well, and it should be out of love. And if I don't have, I don't have, and I'm not ashamed to say that I don't have money, and I don't have to explain myself, because there's this thing of, if you're working, it's gonna be like, oh, why you don't have money but you're working? No, I don't have money to be your emergency. I'm sorry. And I used to struggle with this because I thought I could save everybody. When the time come for me to be saved, to find that there's no one to save me, now I have to figure out. So I'm learning to say no more often, to say that can wait, to say no, that is not part of my budget. Well, can I put it for next month, or can we do it at a time? So those are the things that I am practicing and doing to make sure that I'm building my financial stability in my late 20s. I hope that you guys are enjoying this video and that you have enjoyed this video if you've watched it until this far. I will see you on my next one. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. I will see you on my next one. Bye for now.